Good evening, sir. Now I would like to introduce our next speaker, Mr. Vivek Nivatia, who is a partner in Institution Chartered Accountant firm. Sir, my first question would be, should young learners be educated the importance of investing from an early age? Like, for example, how can we make students uh, aware of credit card, loans, debt, and financial spending habits?
Hi, good evening. I'm very much pro with the idea that the students or young students should be aware of the investing habits as well as the spending habits from a very young age. We discussed a lot about how to put it as part of school curriculum, and I think broadly the consensus that emerged is we should not include it as part of a separate subject. We should not burden the students that this is something which is an additional thing to be learned as part of the curriculum. What is probably required is to gel it with the existing subjects which the student learns, which a child learns, probably maths, probably computers. We can probably ask this child to develop a program on how the financial planning should be done with. We could have certain, problem solving in maths, wherein how the investing and the spending pattern works. Regarding how we incorporate the right habits in our child, I think what is more important today is we involve them. Whenever we take a decision as to buying a house, probably buying a car, as to what is the cost of the car, how much our family earnings are, whether we can actually afford a Honda City or a Mercedes, we should actually go about and discuss that decision with the child. Once a child is part of our decision, he will probably understand the value of money. He may always say that this house looks really big, so we should spend a 5 crore on that house. But is that 5 crores really worth it, or is it like can we really afford that house? We should actually bring him. Or if there's a teenager in the house, we should involve him in making a decision that we have to save some money for your education as well. If we buy this house today, how are we going to spend that money in your education? We have to teach him about insurance. Why is insurance required? If, for example, if I'm taking an insurance on my life, then we have to talk to him about what the sum assured is. If I am not there, maybe a couple of years down the line, whether with the sum assured he will be able to live his future, or whether he will be able to stand on his own feet at the age of 25, 26, and then go ahead with his future career path. These are the thoughts that I think we should discuss with him. And when we involve and when we take decisions along with him, it goes a long way in building the trust and confidence that we have with our children. Also, I think when we give them a budget, we should or when we prepare a housing budget, when we give them the pocket money, if they say that we are short of this much, that we want this, we want probably an iPhone, we want an Android phone, it's something that they have to decide. And based on what the pocket money or what the amount that you provide them with, we have to incentivize them with savings. We have to incentivize them with if they save well, then we may probably give them an additional incentive. We may ask them to go through the contracts when we buy a car, when we purchase something on EMI, to understand the nuances which are there in a particular contract. Regarding they avoiding falling into various traps, what I do sometimes, I ask them to use my credit card on my behalf and understand how the pin works. And when a phone call comes to ask for a OTP or ask for a certain details, certain personal details, I ask him to take the call on my behalf and avoid and understand what are the traps that we may fall into. So, these things, when we teach our son or daughter these issues, I think they grow up to be a more responsible individual. These are my thoughts on this.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So the next question is, what is your experience of the way of spending amongst young professionals? Do they spend more or do they spend less? How would you say their spending habits are?
Honestly speaking, the young professionals probably are much more aware of how the scenario is today. Uh, you know, with salaried persons, I've seen that there is a tendency to spend more at the initial stages. But when today with the entrepreneur class coming up, there is a tendency to understand the value of money. And this startup culture which is coming up is, becoming very well to understand what the value of money is. It's not something which is easy money which is coming in. They have to grind through a couple of years or 2 to 3 years to understand. And when they go through the entire startup culture, they actually realize it's not so easy to earn. And when it's not easy to earn, they realize the value of money. It's like, when I interact with many article assistants who are trainees in my firm, there would be around 50 to 60 trainees in my firm, and they grow up to become chartered accountants. So when they are article assistants, wherein they get a meager stipend of 3,000, 4,000 rupees per month, and compared to as soon as they become a chartered accountant, just as they become a degree holder, a chartered accountancy degree holder, they would probably be earning maybe 6 to 7 lakhs per annum. So I think they are, when they earn only 3,000 per month, for them I think money is more easy, in the sense that they survive on their parents' money at that time. But when they start earning and when they go out of the city and to have a living, then they actually realize the value of money. So as soon as these young professionals actually start earning money, they automatically become wiser. But this does not mean that you should not inculcate them within them the habit of saving. So that has to be there. That will help them to be wiser at a much earlier stage than when they actually start earning at the age of 24, 25. So that's my view on this.
So I do agree with you on this. For students who move out of their house for their university or higher education, they learn from their mistakes. They make
Absolutely.
mistakes initially and then they learn about it. So would you please share your journey with us from school to your current position and the guiding principle?
So my school to present life, my father is a chartered accountant, so I have been a second generation chartered accountant. So I've been lucky in that respect. I did not have to grind through the efforts, but of course, being I think the best support that I've received from my father is, I've been managing my personal files from when I was in class 8 or 9. I've been asked to do filings. I had been asked to do, fill up basic things. I learned computers from a very, very small age. The first computer that came into my house was when I was class 7 or 8, and I started learning at that time WordStar and Lotus, which is something obsolete today. So when you are in that kind of a structure, and and your father is automatically asking you to get have a discipline, understand spending, understand insurance. I've been very lucky in that respect. So thankfully, that discipline and dedication, it just continues with me, and I think the discipline and dedication has to be there till always.
Okay, so thank you so much.
Thank you.